I don't feel like playing something, but also as I post different stuff today, also I want to share something different. But I don't know what, to be honest, so I'm just gonna talk and maybe give you like insight of my philosophy of life. I'm not going to how you say sugarcoat stuff and try to. I don't feel like I need to prove anyone something. So it's just like I'm sharing. Everyone that feels it's comfortable and have an insight of what I'm saying can join and enjoy. So I don't ask for follows or whatever, but if it's interesting, feel free. I'm going to try to go online, like live streams, and share games, whatever knowledge. Um, so for now, I've been in a situation that, yeah, basically I'm all alone right now, which isn't a problem. I've been alone for my whole life, kind of. I mean, if you consider having relationships with family and friends, but you personally don't feel like there is any kind of connection, any kind of love sharing, only expectations in physical or psychological ways. And as I'm someone that learned to give, and there has been a very difficult situation of how I am able to expect from my family. So, for anyone that can feel understood or feel similar situation, even young or old, um, I learned comfort, or I learned having comfort on being alone, which is rare today. It gets even rarer. Like, I understand, like, no one should be at this point alone, but also everyone is trying to force themselves into like a um, kind of communal or community structures. You can see it as like a family structures, friendships, school, workplace. So everywhere we have these kind of structures, and they seem to be very similar in many forms. And since I am reading more, let me show you. Um, wait, this. I found this in a LGBTQ shop, um, and I think it gives a lot of good insights of empathy, and also empathy for yourself, not only for others, because you don't need to understand everything that why everyone or people are doing things. The most important thing is to understand what your own needs are, build a base which you are happy with, you feel whole with, like as complete as a person. And every relationship kind of expectation or needs you have, um, when you are happy with yourself, everything else follows in a way of course you have to be open-minded and consider taking risks or consider taking making decisions when you have choice to make, and you will have choices to make in your life a lot of times. You can ignore them, you can um, get involved with it. And I figured when you don't need the luxury of money or luxury of relationships, you understand that every relationship is supposed to come and go. If you find your soulmate, I mean, that's wonderful, but um, things get difficult, and I seem to feel, or I feel that a lot of people have the feeling of it has to be the way that your parents or the school taught you, which is, I see this as a critical point, also because that the families that are coming from older generations um, are comfortable with ways that young people today will have problems with, because the base, um, in a way of like the government or the infrastructure of how people date, how sexuality is being handled, how the household is being managed when you have, like, when you're alone or you have a relationship or you are together with someone, and with the rents going up, the economic situation changing, I mean, a lot of people will need to be living in sharing flat situations. I mean, come on, how can you have like a monogamous relationship within all this kind of mm, chaotic environment? I mean, as I said, if you are someone that manages well, who cares, right? But then there will be the challenge of, do other people understand how you work, how you feel, how you actually need physical or psychological support? Um, yeah, and in this case, I think every kind of book that teaches you um, handling relationships, close, not close, whatever, every book will give you knowledge that you will carry until the last day of your life. So in this case, I tried podcasts, I tried like TED Talks, whatever. I mean, it's important to have a lot of influence so you can select and manage. For me personally, since I mean, I didn't start reading books early. I was never good at school. I never was interested. But the interest I gained by time pushed me in a way that I had to look what I want to learn. And in this case, I started learning like obsessively as I figured a lot of people online. I found so many nice people that share their knowledge and wisdom. Yeah, so I think I will just talk and give you what I have because there is no one left, which is fine. And I think this way everybody can decide for themselves for authenticity. And I don't know, I feel like I'm not twisting words around or gonna force you anything, just sharing. So yeah, while saying that, I will also show you the other book that I started with, which was, I mean, these books are more into sexual topics. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube or any kind of, but this was a little bit more complicated. That was my second book before the Drama Free, which was my third one. I think also like with 3 books you will be also fine with this kind of topics. And Unfuck Your Intimacy. I really loved the name, and also all these books come from the same coffee shop bookstore in the city. Mm, I mean, I come from a family where we had a lot of taboos, a lot of um, things we didn't talk about. No one felt comfortable sharing or explaining. Um, so when I asked questions, the answers were always kind of, it is this way, it is that way, like just next topic, or it's okay, like don't talk about this anymore. So I started to look up, and when I was young, the internet was a thing, a new thing, which helped me understand the online world, but also understand that there are a lot of structures, familiar or structures community-wise, that things are possible. And I started looking like in my own communities, but never was happy of finding people with the same thoughts. So I started like just learning and continuing my own vibes. Um, so as um, yeah, read. I can only re- recommend reading over listening, because the things we do with our eyes and learn with like visually is different than when you type, listen, do work and podcast or run and do. It gives you satisfaction, but you don't change. Like, it might work for you, but I tried, and I see a lot of people do it, and for years no one changed. Are we supposed to stay where we are? I mean, also, if you start reading religious books, like go into the deepest knowledge that is like in the base, don't read the second, the third, that they wrote then this, like try to find the oldest stories, the oldest, and you will figure like it's always about moving, it's always about continuously, whatever the way you do it. But no matter which way you do it, if you keep on going, like with yourself, I'm not talking like financially and whatever, if you really keep on going, you will lose desires in a way of, you will feel comfort with basically less, um, and you will start finding worth in non-consumption things. mm, I mean, reading is consumption. We could philosophy about that, but the more you read, the more you tattoo your brain. um, you invest time, not that much money as a tattoo, and you don't have pain like a tattoo. But thing that you have, there is no one that can remove it from you, and you don't have to show it off, and you don't have to force it at people, but you know it, and you have comfort. Um, so with this talking, um, I hope that might be a good insight on what basis, with aging, you can achieve and comforts you can achieve. I mean, as I said, I am alone. I have like just a few friends. I keep distance from my family for now, and that will stick to that for a long time, I think. And I'm totally fine with that. I had my answers on any aspect. I challenged every family member in a way that I can accept the way the reaction was. That's fine. No one needs to be forced into a relationship in any kind of form. So, with that said, I am willing to share more. You can ask, you can exchange thoughts, you can discuss, you can criticize. Um, if you feel like this is something, I don't know, let's see, like it's under 20 minutes and these kind of inputs might be interesting for you. I never did this. I never, like, I can teach, I can do stuff, but I never did this streaming or going online and sharing these kind of insights. Um, so yeah, it's new for me. I really don't care what happens, but if there are people that I can reach and I can share thoughts, and maybe we are mind like, or it's just interest, like basic interest. You don't have to interact, but if you feel like just do it, I'm open. So with the following videos, random stuff, I don't know, we will see. And feel free to comment and, like, ah, that's really bad, like the quality or sound. Like, I really don't care right now as I'm recording things and sharing. Um, but I'm open minded to change the content, the quality. My phone is totally busted. I'm ready to get a new one. Um, different lightnings, whatever. Yeah. Mm, just I put it out there. You are welcome to react. And with that said, thanks for listening.